Now, Google gives you the ability to create a survey or a form to use electronically. This is an example of one that's been made. First question, the name, that's optional. You'll notice all required questions will have a red asterisk. The class period is also optional. And then most of this survey is in a grid style, as you can see. It's divided up into headings: class, student, teacher, some multiple choice questions, and then down here at the bottom we have 2 paragraph text questions. So this is just an example of something that Google will let you create. So let's go to Google and let's see how to do that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your account. I'm already logged in. Then you're going to select Documents. And then we're going to click Create. We're going to slide down here and we want to create a form. And this is what our template's going to look like. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly tell you how to get started. So this top part up here is where you're going to put your title. This next box below is where you're going to put instructions for filling out your survey. I've seen it used to put messages, different things like that. The next thing is your question. So you've got to figure out what is it that you want to know. So a lot of things that you'll ask, sometimes you want some identifying information. It could be name, email address, anything like that. Then you need your help text. This will be text just to help whoever's answering the question know what it is that you're really asking for. So for name, some people may go, well, does she want last name and then first name? What format does she want my name in? So this will give them that information. And then how do I want to ask that question? Well, you can ask it as a text question, which is just a few characters. A paragraph text, so I've seen essays written in those. Multiple choice. Check boxes if you can select more than one answer. Maybe you want it to be something where you just select from a list. Then there's a scale and a grid. So once you make your choice on how you want it, I'm going to choose text. You've got to decide if you want this to be required or not. If it's a required question, you're going to select this little checkbox. And when this box is selected, the survey may not be submitted unless this question is answered. So that's really important. So make sure if you want this checked that that's a question you really want or need answered. So I'm finished with my questions now, so I'm just going to select Done. So my survey looks a little plain. So I'm going to look at the theme. And I'm just going to pick something, see if that's what I want. Okay, I like the way that looks. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to apply it. So now I have my survey. Now the way I'm going to get it to people, I've got a few ways that I can do it. I'm going to come down here at the very bottom. You'll notice some big, long, in blue down here. And I'm going to copy that. I'm either going to shorten the URL and maybe give a link, or I'm going to email the form. Now to do it this way, I'm going to have to type in all my addresses. I don't use Google email, so for me that would be a little more difficult. So I'm probably going to put the link in my regular Outlook account and forward it to the people that I would like to have it. And then once that happens, I'm done. And when I click on this link, here's my survey. Can do my information. Let's see, Kathy. And this is where I'd say, okay, there's no question. And then I'm going to select submit. And then it says, okay, your response has been recorded, and I'm done. Okay, now to get your responses, you're going to go back to your Google Documents page. The name of my document was title. Now when I click on this, it's going to give me my results. Notice it gives me a timestamp, the name as I entered it, all the information that I have. Now I prefer to work in Excel, so when I'm ready I can download this information straight into Excel and do everything I need with it. One thing I would advise you to be very cautious with is to make sure that when you use a survey, you're not collecting personal information. Google does spot check the material in their forms, and some people who have used this for wedding invitations, guest lists, those kinds of things, have found that their forms have been removed. So you're not going to want to use it for a lot of personal information gathering. And that's all there is to it.